Get my shit right. So like, basically, that's just what a nigga. Oh, damn. That's what a nigga saying. Like, a lot of people don't be trying to be on no positivity in our reality. It just seem like a lot of people do it for the applause. So that's just when you really gotta test people. It's just like when ain't nobody looking. You understand me? If they can't benefit from it, it ain't nothing, no reward within it. It ain't no award within it. The motherfuckers might not do nothing. They might not even give a fuck. Like, keep it step. I ain't even gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? But that's a good little test. Like, you gotta test a lot of people in this life. That's one of the main ways that I be testing people. I test people for is just, I give them things just to speed up the test to see what I need to see within the person because it is what we coming to like just talking about just the representations people be having. People be having so many representations in life. It's just like it'd be hard to see what it is and what it ain't. It'd be hard to see the true person. It'd be hard to see their true color. So it's just like sometimes you gotta test people and not just give people stuff. I might just give you something to see what you do with it, and then I just do like little, miniature tests. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm just being real analytical. It's not like a good or bad thing. I'm just saying what you do, what I give to you. So like I give you some food. Say if I give you, I don't know, one of my belongings, one of my possessions and everything like that. How is you dealing with it? Is you rough? Is you tossing my shit around? Is you all that little stuff like just all the little just notifiers and identifiers that you can help just identify just certain things within a person type of personality. Is they aggressive? Is they delicate? Is they gentle? Is they caring with the things that you give them? Say if you give them something to eat, do they scarf it down real fast? Do they take their time with it? Just different things. Do they enjoy it basically? But it's like kind of like you just get to see a type of person, like the way that they move, so you will know what you finna get involved with and what you finna be dealing with. So say like, okay, this person might scarf food down when I'm around them. It ain't no problem. Like I said, well, me personally, I ain't really tripping because sometimes I'll do the same thing. Sometimes I get straight to it. So I ain't really tripping. Say person enjoy it, be like, oh, that's cool. That's real. That's real nice. That's real nice to know type shit. They take their time with it. Say if a person's carving down, I'll be like, okay, they probably hungry. But you can, I don't know. You can kind of tell when a motherfucker just. I remember one time back in the day, man, I gave motherfuckers a food I was working with, and the motherfucker was mad, like when they was eating this shit. And that really let me know that that person was kind of mad that I was kind of even feeding them, and it seemed like that person was just like hating that I was self sufficient enough to even not only feed myself but feed that person also. And that I felt like that person took it as like, this motherfucker like whatever. But the person wanted whatever I offered, so it's like okay for sure. But as the person was consuming it, it was the person was consuming it with the energy of I feel like hate, jealousy, envy, in the sense of disgust. Like, like, nah, like, this motherfucker. It all, sometimes it be boiling down to like, who do this person think they is or who do they think they are. But, it ain't no telling. But just far as like just testing things because like we say, just this representation ain't no telling because a lot of people be coming around doing whatever, saying whatever for like just it's. I feel like a lot of people move around like PR, like good PR and stuff like that, like public representation. You know what I'm saying? And nowadays, when we come into like the social media era, of course, like everybody always want to be seen a certain way or they don't want like their true color said because people come around the social media they'd be like oh this person is this type of way and this person did this to me and stuff like that so it's like people subconsciously in the back of their mind always just had a fear of being canceled or the fear of it hard, people not wanting to work with them or cooperate or collaborate with them based off of like the way that they have, you know, dealt with people in certain relationship dynamics, business, relationships, so forth and so forth. So it's just like a lot of people be with that PR shit, with that, saving face, with the image, with the representation, because when it come down to it, man, it's like I gotta save me before I save, really truly my soul in a sense. And what I mean by saying my soul, I gotta say no, no, just I gotta say my image before I say my soul, and that explain it better. I gotta say my image more than I gotta say my soul. And what that mean is, it don't matter how the fuck I deal with people, but it's just all it matters how I can basically persuade people to see the story that I want them to believe. Now, it don't really matter if I'm righteous or not. It don't matter if I'm stepping on people's necks. It don't matter if I'm backstabbing people, betraying people to get um, to higher, points in my life and gain a higher status. It don't really matter. But it just matter about, my image. So I'd rather just say my image. But as far as what I'm saying, save my soul. It's just, trying to be better about how you deal with people. And just being righteous, being on the righteous path, messing with the Most High, aligning chakras, elevating vibrations, frequencies, so forth and so forth, healing the internal, the subconscious, the three phases of your life, the adolescence, the adult, and the elderly side of yourself. If you're not elderly, just in the aspect of, I guess, the elderly within, I don't know if I know. I would say like just indulge in things that seem old in a sense, but you enjoy it already. So it's like by the time you even reach that age, it ain't really nothing for you. That's just my ideology of the cycle of life. But just far as just that is just like that's the positive things. That's just like far as saving your soul is just like really hitting your adolescence because that's where majority of the trauma start, majority of the pain started. Then you go out into this world and then you formulate representation, you formulate an image to defense mechanisms, so forth and so forth, to go throughout this life. So you really not triggered in past ways based off of your upbringing and your upcoming, how you came up and everything like that. And as far as you just going to the standpoint where it's like, all right, for sure, I'm gonna just try to thug this out, you know, uh, to to my people on the land that understand what that means. I'm gonna just thug this out, just to the people that understand what that means. I'm gonna thug life out, and I'm gonna get through it the best way I can. And at the end of the day, um, far as we don't really have an ideology of giving acknowledgement and attention to our younger selves and what we deal with. No, just I wouldn't even just say our younger self, but just in totality, our life, a whole. Amen or some deck. Let's get it. Spelling real game. But this is going into the just what we saying, just the representation, man. Just a lot of people just see this life and they understand life and going about life and just seeing what how they can wiggle. Like they say, like it's financial loopholes. Like if you ever like kind of do like a little lawyer background, like a little research about like just the lawyer scheme of things. They just understand there's a lot of loopholes. There's a lot of even when you do research on like, subsidies, how like these big companies can dodge like paying taxes and just gain subsidies. Like, wow, that's crazy. So it's like a lot of loopholes in life where you don't have to be righteous. You don't have to do the thing that they basically tell you to do or whatever, right? And in life they tell you to be good to others, right? So in life, a lot of people kind of categorize everything in one. So the business aspect and the spiritual aspect of life, they kind of sync those both topics in one and say, okay, they tell me I have to do this in business, but I can find out loopholes as far as property, far as sales tax. I can find out loopholes to just finesse the stock market. All these little, just little. I guess they call them techniques, but they real life just ways to finesse the system and not actually go about the system in an orchestrated way that they already have it for you to conduct yourself and conduct business like a step by step type of situation. And those are loopholes to like basically quote unquote finesse the system to go around those steps so you can gain leverage, right? So okay, bam, that's business. And now we talking to, as far as the way that you treat people, spirituality, in a sense, um, emotions, your mentality. A lot of people bring the aspect of what I just said, as far as like business of the loopholes and finding ways to go around things and just speed up the steps. So far as just bonding, gaining connections, interacting with humans. A lot of times, humans speed up things. They speed up connections. They'll probably try to win over people in different ways, like I say. And it's like we say, the whole conversation is the representation. So they might just put up a form of representation, a certain image to win the person over, speed up the bonding process, speed up the connection process. A lot of people, like we say, can try to figure out a way to go around things as far as just like the loopholes in business and just not really conduct and behave themselves in a righteous way and then figure out a way to persuade and narrate the situation as if they're not um, the negative entity and force in this situation or didn't even desire or actually enjoy um, and basically, I would say, as they indulging in these negative energies, they basking in it. They gonna narrate it as so that no, I'm actually a positive being, so far so forth. So like what I say, the connection with the business, going around things, connection with the spirituality, just even being a better person just internally, externally. I'm gonna figure a way to go around things. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like a lot of times when you see this life in this society that they give to you, everything is given, everything is taught, everything is really word to mouth kinda in a sense. Um and you can see it for yourself in life. So you can like really spectate it. A lot of people you see a lot of people go and find loopholes and figure out ways to create images and get over and like we say betray, backstab, step on people necks to get the checks. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like okay, you see that life, and a lot of people basically get the ability to make the decisions that they get to make to basically speed up the process to gain higher statuses, and everybody kind of like in this capitalistic society it's just like it's a balance, like it's a scale. I would say like with like you and within you, it's a battle within you, and it's a spiritual battle as far as your soul and how you can contain and how you can maintain the balance within the good and evil and the decisions that you make to basically try to get to where you need to be, in life. And understand how you can coincide both energies and not try to like really just lean to one side too much, but like basically say like, okay, if a motherfucker trying to get in my way, then I gotta get into I guess like some evil energy, I guess negative energy. I wouldn't really call it evil, but negative energy. Like say like motherfucker fucking with me, I might have to fuck with them. That's negative energy, but I might have to get in some negative energy, just let them motherfucker know, but I don't want to really person get into it. Cause me personally, I'm trying to live my life. Like it's just too much shit and life to live personally to really get into it, to indulge into anybody else negative, like to just really just like drop in and you know like dive into another person's life, like far as like an ocean or a pool, negatively, like negatively. I mean, I really don't have the time to really be swimming through anybody's life, you know, like far as like symbolically, like as a pool, I don't really got no motherfucking time to be doing that. I just, you know, cause I don't want to swim really, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to swim my pool. I'm trying to swim my life. I'm trying to, keep my head above the waves within my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be in nobody ocean. I'm not trying to be in nobody pool unless she a baddie. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole other situation. That's a little jokey joke. But now, all right, back to the situation. So what we saying is, no, all jokes aside, it's like you feel me. Is that's really how I try to create my barriers and boundaries within life because I understand the totality of the accessibility people have to just basically play around and basically the world is an acting stage. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people can get paid for being their authentic self because they have a lot of magnetism. And certain people, um, I would say, get try to inspire to do the same thing, but try to acquire and equip different aspects and attributes about other people's lives and their personalities and the foundation of their ego. I feel like it's like a Lego piece of everybody's ego, and it's built up. First, somebody in the home. I feel like somebody in your home was funny as hell, and you kind of map yourself around them. You know what I'm saying? And there was a lot of funny people in my home. My family. There's so many funny people. So growing up, I just got so many people to just like model myself behind. A lot of my elders, they just funny as hell. And then go out into the world, you got so many funny people in the world to well, I wouldn't just say always funny. You can model yourself around serious people, determined and motivated, ambitious. People that have that will. Shit, they can will themselves, the grit, the grind, shit, all the good shit, the love, the romance, these figures, sex symbols, I guess, whatever you can model yourself. It's a lot of things to model. You have all these within your family also. You have, sex symbol, dude up in your family, man. He just got all the females, man. He a sex symbol, and it's like, oh man, you did what I'm saying. Let me try to get some game from him. So it's just what it is, man. Just like it's just from the world. So just you understand, like just far as like the as I see it, as far as just explaining, it's like a Lego, stack of the foundation of your ego, and you build that up throughout life. Just seeing it, just living it and spectating it, and just acquiring and equipping different, like I say, attributes from different people that you digging. But a lot of people just be like, a lot of people. Then it get to the aspect of the people that's copying, but that, like I would say, you know, giving flowers and appreciating the people that come before them and really appreciating this. Be like, hey man, saluting them. Be like, hey man, you help tie my shoes in a sense, and just ain't no hater, and let them know what it is because that is a form of the representation. You know what I'm saying? The image that we'll be saying in the totality of the whole conversation. A lot of people feel like they don't gotta be a certain type of way. Oh, I don't gotta get that person, the certain props. And I'm probably walking in their energy. I'm walking in the energy. I don't give a fuck about it. Like in college, that's why I like college, man. Cause they say, man, what is your works cited pages, man? Where your workshop at? Where you getting this shit from, man? Because you ain't finished to become me telling me any motherfucking thing. Let me know where you getting your game from. and it keep you humble within your research, within your knowledge, all the knowledge that you attain throughout this journey, because you know that all of this knowledge has came from somewhere, so it's a trickle down effect, and you probably just get to a standpoint where you could probably give it up, serve it up better. You feel me, on some bon appetit, on some hibachi style, right in front of a motherfucker, flip it up. Oh, we got the fire going. But other than that, it still keep you humble because you like, hey man, this come from motherfuckers like Dr. John Henry Clark, motherfuckers like Dick Gregory, motherfuckers like Queen Shiraz Ali, motherfuckers like, you dig what I'm saying, Ptolemy, motherfuckers like thought or whatever you want to call it. You dig what I'm saying? The Hermetic principles. You dig what I'm saying? Plato, Socrates. You dig what I'm saying? Real niggas throughout this history. We ain't saying that they morally right. I ain't gonna really get into everybody background, but what we saying is real niggas that helped and basically service the world with their knowledge and help us understand some real nigga shit. That's what I'm saying. Rashad Jamal, real niggas like Young Pharaoh, real niggas like Arcades, real niggas like Spiritual Soul, Illuminati, real niggas like Von Uncut. I think that's that nigga shit. Von Uncut. Real niggas like just so forth and so forth. But it ain't no haterade in this shit, and that's why I say going back to the college shit. Cause I only spent like a year and a half community college. Motherfuckers finna go to Cal State, Monterey Bay. Niggas ain't had a ducket. Said fuck it, nigga, 2 tears in a bucket. Was gonna go to motherfucking Torrance El Camino, you dig it? And shit, nigga, what year and a half, niggas ain't had no cheese, nigga. Every time about niggas spend 70 cents on 4 buses, nigga. Spend 70 cents on 4 buses, nigga. Real niggas know what I'm talking about. Real niggas know what I was doing. So I was like, hey man, I gotta go get these ducats, man. I gotta go out here in the workforce. But at the same time, I was self-educating myself, you dig it? But at the same time, I was still understanding and I was taking my notes on the whole totality of the way that life going and the whole college system. And the pros and the cons, because it is a lot of cons with them scarantrons. Nigga, you gotta pay for them hoes. Fuck them bitches. So it's just a whole little fuckery. It's some fuckery with the whole shit. You dig what I'm saying? So you just gotta see the pros and the cons within it. You gotta grow, and you gotta understand how you can really just elevate your mind with understanding how you can move within this life and then still be a better person. Like just what we say, just a small aspect with the works side of pages, and be like, damn. You did what I'm saying? It's a lot of ways that we have works side of pages. It's walking works side of pages, nigga. Niggas be walking around being like, I'm a work side of page. Niggas don't give me my motherfucking credit. That's why I be mad. But it's a lot of niggas that go through that same shit. That's why I be calling it the Chief Keef effect. The Lil Wayne effect. You dig? It's Lil Wayne effect, the Chief Keef effect. These niggas come out with these flows. Don't nobody know that they the originators of the flows. They be like, fuck it. Lil Wayne, everybody is Lil Yachty's. Now everybody is Lil now, nigga. Everybody don't want to be big nothing. But the women, big mom, I get that, but that go back into, and back into the household, like big mama, grandma and everything like that, but they kind of like perverting it in the sense, hopefully they uphold that imagery, and that symbolism, what that symbolize within our community. You did what I'm saying when we come into the representation, totality, the whole conversation and topic, because we ain't never getting off topic, but we just going off of different points off the dome to showcase how this shit is that deep in different ways. Where we at 24 minutes, so we finna kill it in a cool minute, man. Probably 6 more motherfucking minutes, man. Man, drink. Let me hydrate. You there? Hold on. We gonna we gonna do motherfucker like shit, more man. And then shit kill it. But at the end of the day, man, shit like that just how it is. Like shit, a real game all day. But it's just like you have, for just like this, the opportunities and the decisions that you have on this journey. I would say it's the symbolic story. All praise to the Most High for His divine intuition, um, intervention. Also, the Most High telling me is also. He say, don't forget to tell him this. Give him this right here too. Lay him down with that right here. Okay, let me tell him because I just be going right. But he's Most High saying it's like the 40 days, 40 nights is the opportunities and decisions that we all have, and it's the symbolism throughout that journey that the Yahshua, Jesus, whatever the fuck you prescribe to, and all that shit. You did what I'm saying? Uh, it's the story that he had, and we all spiritually all have to make those decisions, make those choices. You dig what I'm saying? We going through that internally, and it's all about how we maintain and balance our soul going throughout this desert. Our 40 days, our 40 nights, our shadow of the soul. Our dark nights of the soul. The times where we really truly got to heal. The roller coaster of the life, the ups and the downs. And whatever we gonna do is we gonna forsake the Most High. Is we gonna find the loopholes to basically morally go around, like we say, we understand the business side, but we talking about some spiritual shit. And that's why I say a lot of people categorize both in one. And once you start to understand that shit is in different aspects of life, especially spiritually, of the loopholes, and try to finagle shit. Is you're gonna try to finagle, is you're gonna try to finesse, and you're gonna try to figure out loopholes and ways to like just basically be immoral, be find out ways to just be negative, be negative forces within people's life and try to fandangle that. And then, at the end of the day, you still got to balance that energy and understand that, that's that personal talk that you having within the desert with the demonic force, the devilish energy, Satan, Lucifer, archons, demons, dagons, excuse me, gens, whatever you want to call it, in different, terminology through different cultures throughout history. You get what I'm saying? But those is the different conversations that you gonna have. Far as gens, that's like genies and shit like that. And no, you have conversations with them motherfuckers, and they grant you wishes. As far as like demons, you talk to them motherfuckers, King Solomon. You understand me? Or they teach you motherfucker shit. They grant you, in a sense, like nigga wishes or nigga ancient knowledge and shit like that, or fame, fortune, riches, da da da. Da. But that's Western knowledge with the demons, and then that's Eastern knowledge with the motherfucking gens. But it's the same motherfucking shit. You did what I'm saying when you connect the dots. So bam, back to the situation. Everybody had them internal talks, and it's just like bam. Is you going how you gonna finagle your own spiritual, scale, that scale, in the justice system. But the justice system is formulated off a lot of loopholes. So you start to understand that scale is really a spiritual symbolic meaning more than a motherfucking justice meaning, because them niggas be nigga, if you got the dough, you can pay. If you got the dough, you can go. You know what I'm saying? If you got the dough, you can go. You can put that on the t-shirt. I'll let y'all niggas steal that. You do what I'm saying? Because that's some real talk. You dig what I'm saying? But that's some real shit. So the justice is not even real, but that symbolic uh, scale is really, some spiritual shit with your soul, really. It's not up for them, but it's really you. That like we say, like the Most High gave me that divine intervention is 29 minutes. So hey, the last 4 minutes, you did what I'm saying. It's for that 40 days, 40 nights bars. Come on now, I'll press to the Most High. So but that's how it is though. And we're just gonna end it off this last, these last seconds say, keep it real, keep it true, keep being yourself, man. Heard from the realest, you dig, in the land, persevering, in this society. But just understand what we saying, for just the totality of the whole conversation, just the representation and the image and people saving face and just the loopholes, the business, conversations, how we bringing those together, and just understanding how you gonna go about this life, how you gonna go about it in the business wise, and just morally, spiritually, internally, and just understand just how to balance both, and not just really let the world overwhelm you and society overwhelm you, and you get into the destination that you want to get to and obtain all the finances and the type of lifestyle that you want to obtain, and not really just be tainted too much by this world. You dig what I'm saying? But salute to everybody doing their thing, and don't be distracted by all the bullshit, all the nonsense, man. Keep it real.